Okay, fine, I'll do it. Intermittent fasting 101. Here we go. Now, I'm just going to be talking about intermittent fasting, which is otherwise known as time restricted feeding daily. I'm not going to talk about prolonged fasts. I have videos on that too. There are a lot of ways to do intermittent fasting or time restricted feeding. It's been brought to the forefront in the mainstream by doctors such as Sachin Panda and prominent figures in the fitness space such as Grego Gallagher, Kinobody, and Martin Burkham, sort of the originator of the mainstream of intermittent fasting. It consists of periods of not eating, fasting, followed by periods of eating or feeding. There are a lot of different styles. The 16-8 approach, 16 hours fasted, 8 hours fed, the 18-6 approach, the 24 approach, or the 23-1 approach. Most common is the 16-8 approach. So you stop eating at 8 p.m. and you don't eat again until noon, and then you stop eating at 8 p.m. that night. And before I say literally anything else about this, you need to view things like fasting, intermittent fasting, increasing protein intake as tools in your tool belt or levers that you can pull to achieve a certain goal, as it was once very well described by Dr. Lane Norton. If the goal is fat loss, then the goal is a calorie deficit. What is a lever that I can pull to make that calorie deficit easier? For me, it was skipping breakfast and not eating until lunch. So I chose to have sparkling water and black coffee until about noon, and then have a big meal around noon, maybe a snack midday, and a big meal at dinner. And myself, as well as a lot of other people, find it easier to stay full on 2 big 1,000 calorie meals and maybe a 500 calorie snack to hit a 2,500 calorie goal than eating 500 calorie meals. I found myself hungrier and always looking forward to the next meal. Then there's people that love the 24 or even the 23-hour fasting, 1-hour feeding approach where you get all of your calories and all of your protein in one meal. That can be a lot of fun if you're a former fat kid like me and want to have a massive meal. The end goal is hitting your calorie target and hitting your protein target every day, depending on your goals. Deficit for fat loss, surplus for weight gain. The best way I've ever heard it worded was by Stan Efferding, an absolute unit of a man in the fitness industry who said, "Compliance is the science." I can give you the most optimal workout and nutrition plan in the world, but if you only follow it 50% of the time, you're not going to be very successful. However, if you have a program that's 60% is optimal and you follow that shit 100% of the time, you're going to see great results. So maybe you like a big protein-filled breakfast. Maybe you like 5 meals a day. Maybe you like 1 big meal a day. Maybe you like 2 meals a day and maybe a snack like me. The point is to adopt something you know that you can maintain long-term and make a lifestyle change with. 6 out of 7 people will lose a substantial amount of weight in their lifetime. So why do we still have an obesity epidemic in the US? It's because when the weight is lost, they don't think about what's next. And what's next is a permanent change in your lifestyle that allows you to maintain that body. So pick the eating style that works for you, for your calorie goals, your protein goals, and that you can adopt long term. Fitness isn't easy, but it's simple. Don't overcomplicate it.